Laurette Taylor, in our opinion, one of the truly great actresses of our time. After too long an absence from the Broadway stage, she is back again in a revival of Outward Bound. Miss Taylor, an actress of great versatility, comes to us tonight as Peggy Keeman in Wealth and Wisdom by Oliphant Downe. Peggy Keeman bears a slight resemblance to the character created by Miss Taylor some years ago, the first Peg of her time. Peg o' my heart. At least Peggy and Peg are Irish. Presenting our Wealth and Wisdom with Laurette Taylor as Peggy Keeman and Damien O'Flynn as Jim Shannon. In a small Irish village, it might be any small Irish village, there's a little house, the home of Peggy Keeman. She is the owner of a small dairy farm, is Peggy Keeman, and the dairy itself is in the house. It is early in the afternoon of a smiling day in spring. Peggy is humming herself a bit of a tune as she goes about her chores.
I know me love by his way of walking, and I know me love by his way of talking, and I know me love by his way of... you're welcome.
At the top of the morning to you, Peggy.
Oh, it's you, is it? Well, you can't come in, so just go out with the door shut and nothing said.
Oh, you won't turn me from the door and me walking bareheaded in the sunshine. I've come to help you, Peggy.
That never was, in all the days I've known you. When I close my doors and the air's full of sunshine, it's to keep tramps out.
Oh, tramps indeed. But I suppose I am a bit of a beggar, Peggy.
That's the third Peggy.
Well, when a fella's proposed 400 times, he's not going to stop over a name.
And is it as many as 400 times you've asked me now?
And how can I help it? When you go patting the butter with hands as white as the milk the cow hid the cream in.
Is that just talk?
Peggy, I'm desperate now. You know what day it is? It's Thursday. The Thursday. The last Thursday. You forget what happens this Thursday?
I'm knowing what Thursday it is. And you shall hear it. It's Thursday. You're to get your wife before ever it's 3 on the clock, or you'll not get £2,000 from your Uncle Patrick. And a daft old fool it must be he is, to have given you 6 months to do it in. And I'm thinking you're a near relation of his, to have lost the time.
Oh, it's you who've wasted the time. I've been asking you to be me wife for weeks.
And now you've got 5 minutes left to find her in. But it'll not be me that'll marry you. What should the like of me be doing with £2,000? Go about you and ask someone else.
It'd serve you right if I took you at your word.
Well, I'm asking you to do that same.
If there was another woman here, I would.
Oh, would indeed? Well, no. Look out the window. There's a woman. There's Maggie Hannigan coming along the road. I've seen her these 3 minutes. She's a decent body, and in 22 she will be in a month.
Peggy, I'll give you a last chance. Come now.
Well, Maggie is near the gates. Ask her.
You mean it?
I'm saying it.
I'm in earnest.
Are you now? Well. I'll go and call her. Maggie, me darling, would you come in? Does the man have a bit to tell you? Uplift the gate.
It's all right, Miss Hannigan. I had a letter for post, but I've left it behind.
Oh, it's a fine liar ye are, Jim Shannon. And I'm thinking it's a saintlier woman than myself you're needing, or you're lost entirely. You'd better marry Miss Hannigan.
I'd be a poor man if I couldn't tell a lie to save the woman who's to be me wife.
Oh, you're not quit of that yet. Now, I'll not have ye.
And I never shall be quit of asking you.
And what should I be doing with £2,000, I'm saying? I'd be a lost woman without the butter and the eggs and the crowing of the cocks to tell me there was someone coming over the hills with a lamp, and me knowing all the time it was only the dawn.
But what a nest egg we should have against bad times. It'd take your old hens a bit of trouble to lay £2,000.
Well, I'm not wanting nest eggs. Not of that sort.
Peggy, have you never wanted to get married? I don't say to me, to anyone.
It's as curious as a fidgety crow you are, and him letting fall a marrow bone into a hollow tree and not knowing what was to become of it at all.
That's no answer. Oh, Peggy, darling, when there's a cross wind and a low beating rain against the window panes and they rattling, isn't it you would be glad to have a man put up the latch of the door fast, and him and you on the inside and no heed of the weather?
Providence and mercy, look at the clock. 'Tis the time come and the hour ready for the striking of the clock, and you a poor man with the end of it.
Well, let it strike. I don't care. When it finishes the striking, I'll go out that door, but I'll come right back in again, this time minus me uncle's fortune and a poor man. Ah, there now.
And I think by his way of walking, and I know me love by his way of talking, and I know me. You're welcome. Now, what's the trouble of it now?
It's a poor man, God help him, would speak with a lady in the house.
I'm not wanting to twit you now on your misfortune, Jim Shannon, but aren't you a poor soft loon to carry on the way you do and all? And you, just now, you let a woman's smile melt up a great fortune.
I'm a penniless man now. I must either work or starve, and starving's not in me line. I want you to give me some work.
Oh, the shamelessness of the poor daft. And you not knowing a Minorca hen from a spreckly windot. But being a mid-educated man, maybe you'll be after teaching the ignorant old hens to write scripture sayings on their eggs. Ah, but there, I'll not hold to you scorn, and you with your good intentions. I'll take you on for a week and pay you what you may be worth at the week ended.
Oh, now for me first job. Start me off, Peggy.
Now hold your wished. Is it Peggy I am to every man of a bad lot comes tramping the country? It's Mistress Keeman I am to you, and I'm after telling you. Now get about with the broom and clean the stone steps.
She and the all. Do. She's just the type of boy the girl.
The sense in paradise, wasn't it the stone steps I said? Is it the butter you're wanting to make as black as the dun cow itself?
Well, I'll do it better next time. How long do you think it'd take me to learn farming?
Almost like you'd spend your life at it and not know much about it.
Well, I know something about it in 6 months, or my name's not Jim Shannon. No, I've absolutely made up my mind. I'll go across the ferry to Colin Griggin's farm, and he shall teach me the tricks of the trade.
Colin Griggin's farm, is it now?
Well, who else can teach me?
And what's wrong with my ways of farming? I'm thinking you're a strange one. Here's some minutes you've been, and not a word said of will I marry you.
Oh, sure, that's off for a bit. When the money was there, 'twas a different matter. I haven't got more than about 30 shillings in the world, and so I don't ask any girl to marry me yet a while.
Oh, now, sure, is it a girl you think wouldn't marry for a straight body and a kind word? Why, there's some women I could name with enough for two and the right man coming down the road.
Ah, it's little you understand the ways of men, Peggy. You don't suppose a decent fellow would be content to live on his wife's money? At any rate, I'm not one of them. Maybe in a year I'll have a bit of property and then I'll talk again. But till then, I keep me mouth shut and me heart locked up.
Oh, is it a year you'd be after waiting? Ah, that's a mighty long time, and none to say what might happen in the passing of it. Why, you know, a widow woman might get on the blind side of you. A widow woman's a queer thing to a lone man, and him not knowing in the ways of such. I'm thinking you'd be better not be risking it for a year.
Nah, widows or not, I made up my mind to earn me living without any woman's help.
Oh, let you be not a fool, Jim Shannon. But come you along and be my man.
What? What? You'd take me penniless?
It's a distracted man you are to stay. You'd not act so queer.
Oh, Peggy, you mean it? No, I'm hanged if I do. You made a fool of me once, and it's waiting I will until I can come and show you a farm as big as yours.
Wait till a month goes over then, and see if your heart's not sad with emptiness and you wanting to come up the pathway and kiss me.
Look here, Peggy, you're beyond all understanding. What made you let me lose that money of me uncle's if you intended marrying me all the time?
Well, how was I to know? Was you wanting me for me own self? Or was it just to put a hand on your uncle's great wealth? And me, a comely body, would do as well as any.
Oh, so you doubted me.
Oh, but it wasn't that I doubted like any common woman and being jealous. I wanted to see, just for the joy of seeing.
Well, I'm glad the money's lost. Now for work and the joys of life, I'm quit of the waster. Yes, I'll have me own house, with 9 bean rows and a hive of the honeybee. Yes, and besides, a water butt with clematis climbing round it and hens clucking on the doorstep.
And me to tell you which is the good layers and which is
no. That's in the future when I've made me mark. Till then, you take your chance with the widow woman for all I say. Maybe that's a widow woman now.
No, it's the post boy. It's a telegram for you.
I'm not sure who'd be sending me a telegram. Oh, hello. Congratulations on your engagement. Only just in time, you young dog. Uncle Patrick. But what the devil's he getting at?
Maybe he's heard you're engaged.
Oh, but he can't have.
Maybe a body telegraphed him.
Nonsense, who could have?
Sure I did.
You?
Me very own self. I sent it to him this morning before you came in, telling him you was engaged to Peggy Keeman and she a decent body.
Glory be.
But you see, after 100 odd times of asking and me willing, it seemed like one of the family I was, and all that money going for the want of just a little message.
So you wanted the money. Ah, you've spoiled me dreaming. I won't touch a penny, not a penny.
Oh, it'll be a nice thing to fall back upon, sure, and the school fees and all so heavy. Sure, maybe some seasons will be good and some bad, but it's not in me to let our children run wild and no education along of a poor harvest now.
Well, I'm hanged if I give up the water butt with the clematis. I'm going to earn me living by the sweat of me brow.
But you can work still. Isn't it now that you can buy a farm of your own and work till the sweat of your brow makes furrows down your face in the dust of the day? Sure, you can buy my farm, and I'll teach you all about it. And no widow woman waiting to waylay you and your heart beating low for a kind word.
All right. I'll buy your farm. I'll give you 500 for it. Minorca hens, sprickly Wyandottes and all.
Sure, it's not worth more than 200.
5's me offer.
Well, the farm's yours then.
Glory be, you made a man of me. You taught me wisdom and the joys of life.
Oh, it's a mighty slow scholar you are. Why don't you kiss me?
Like this?
Oh, well, that will do for a start now.